While for some, Diddy's become hip-hop's #1 villain, but over the years, he's made so many enemies, and ultimately, many people were simply delighted to hear of the news of his downfall. One of these people is known to be a hip-hop villain for perhaps less dark reasons. That person is 50 Cent, one of hip-hop's biggest trolls. He took Diddy's downfall as prime time to dish out all of his impending hate against his longtime music industry nemesis. Even months before the allegations came to light, 50 would often take to Instagram to throw jabs at the diddler, such as posting the infamous Lil Baby picture from Michael Rubin's annual White Party, where 50 Cent vowed to never attend a party where Diddy is attended.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to the party.
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Did He Do It?
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
What's happening with Puffy? I know you're not really tapped in, but what is it?
The last thing I saw was like a guy there. He was like, yo, he like pushed me into the trunk. It really hurt. And he sodomized me. Like he sodomized me. I was like, yo, look, I could find other things to do for money.
Did you see the video?
I could find other things to do for money. But I'm not sure I can say that for money. Like somebody pushed
How much is this guy trying to get?
I don't know. Like it's a simple suit situation, but it's like
20 mil, I could say it.
You still had the blackest face out.
Yes.
You still had to mimic his voice because he's like,
but his
damn.
voice wasn't even that different.
And a little deeper. I was like, almost like, no, that's you, young buck.
Yo,
I almost felt like it was him. I almost knew who it was. You know what I mean? I was like, nah. That's,
yo, you can't say that dudes are having other dudes, bro. That might come for you.
Yeah,
you
know,
say sweet love.
Yeah,
you gotta say make sweet love.
That's
young buck breaking right there.
Make sweet love.
There's rules to rap beef now, bro. Not in your day.
Well, I'm saying like, God, man,
good.
why is your homeboy so close to you when you come out of there? Look like you guys just made sweet love. I'm gonna say sweet love instead of anything that says.
To me, that's better because they're gonna try to make it something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was smart. Like I didn't think about that. I say things that are borderline, like, I'm like, oh my God, you're in trouble.
You?
Like, all the time. Because I just say.
Nah, but you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Mika's in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not This is really happening. I'm just saying to you. No, stop it, man. You set that up. Look, you set that up. This dude, he's in the same shirt.
What do you mean he's in the same shirt?
Well, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like you go, I'm like, nah, it was odd. Like, this is some of the things that people say, like, girls, guys may say to a girl, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think is happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on.
Wow, they found Kendrick and Wifey.
You can't dress up Kendrick like that. Oh, you can't dress him up like that.
It's jokes.
That's like the white chicks movie, bro. You can't do that.
Yeah. That was comedy. That was good.
Yeah, but that
You
was
get away with white face.
You know,
with
that's
comedy.
obviously doing shopping. They got the same outfit.
Yeah,
And
it's
wore
true.
it in public.
Yeah, that's a nice shirt. Though. It's a nice shirt. All right, so when he said the shopping line in real life, what did you say?
I said, let me get away from him. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hood. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the wedding. I always say to myself, like,
It was someone's wedding?
it was Chris Lighty's wedding. He was in Miami. Nori's there. Nori knows this. And I looked at him like, yo. You heard what he just said, right? He's like, yo, certain things they let it go by because it's Puff. Like they would look, like he would say stuff, and it's like he wasn't like in the closet, he was like in the hallway. Now you see so much that you go away. No, this was visible.
He was in the hallway. We saw the video.
You see
We saw that video.
It comes out later. You're like, that's not the closet. That's the hallway. He didn't give a fuck. Like, you can tell that he was already.
Nah, New York is dope. Because when Fab, he was like, yo, Fab, we ain't party. Fab was like, nah, we partying tonight.
He's like, no, like, but he didn't party.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, they let that one go? Like, I had to say something about it later because I was like, oh, it was
What does it feel like all these years, you being the only one calling this out?
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long
They
time.
said you're a hater. They
You're
said
a
you're
hater.
crazy.
You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass hurting. This all is coming.
50, you can't make jokes about it.
No.
The internet might come for you, bro.
All I'm saying
It might come from
you
you.
see it now. All of these complaints. People were damned. They were raped and pillaged. This was what was going on, right? And what do I get for I went through years of a hater. You're a hater. You want this and that. I'm just watching. Like I look at things and go, when you see the new lawsuit coming with Jay, the part with Jay, I go, oh shoot, like. Then I think about it, I go, that had to be there. So when I was saying that he was missing, he just wasn't actively being out there because they was dealing with that.
Wait, do you think there's truth to the Jay thing? There's no way.
Know, like that, look, you know what's like if you say, I have this thing where I'm conflicted when it takes you 20 years to remember something happened.
The animosity between 50 Cent and Sean Diddy, Combs didn't appear overnight. It stretches back nearly 2 decades. According to People magazine, it was 2006 when 50 released a diss track called The Bomb, taking direct shots at Combs and even raising questions about his possible ties to the unresolved 1997 shooting of Biggie Smalls. What some thought would be a one-off jab quickly turned into something much bigger. Through pointed lyrics, sly interviews, and escalating public barbs, the tension built year after year. What started as hip-hop sparring grew into a rivalry that spilled far beyond music. Today, with countless insults, accusations, and behind-the-scenes disputes forming a long history of bad blood, the feud has become the backbone of Netflix's new docuseries, a modern saga that feels less like music beef and more like an ongoing Hollywood drama, Next Voice, Next Voice. One of the documentary's most striking elements is how it showcases 50 Cent's reputation for using humor as a weapon. For years, he has sharpened trolling into an art form, making social media his personal stage to keep Diddy in the spotlight, for all the wrong reasons. From mocking lavish outfits and over-the-top parties to seizing on the smallest slip-up, 50 Cent has turned Diddy into a constant target. His quick-witted jabs often spread faster than breaking news, with fans praising his ability to transform casual shade into viral entertainment. What started as the occasional joke has grown into a non-stop spectacle, one that adds a layer of comedy and unpredictability to their long-standing feud. It's this blend of humor and rivalry that keeps fans locked in, eager to see what 50 will say or post next.
Is after a damning surveillance video showed Diddy his ex. A documentary is closer to becoming a reality.
Now let's bring in TMC's Michael Babcock. Good morning to you, Michael.
Morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing all right. So tell us what's going on with this. We understand rapper 50 Cent has been shopping this around.
Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people thought that 50 was just trolling, and if anyone follows 50 on Twitter or Instagram, he's no stranger to that. He definitely, engages in trolling and makes a lot of jokes. So when he had, repeatedly taken shot after shot after shot at Diddy and then said, hey, I'm working on a documentary, I think a lot of people thought that he was just joking around. It turns out he's not. So this is actually a real project that's being made under his G-Unit movie and TV studio, and he's made a bunch of really successful projects under that banner. They were actually selling it around to different streaming organizations, including Netflix. Netflix ultimately had the most money, placed the winning bid, and at some point here in the future, we don't know exactly when, but this is actually going to be something that airs on Netflix.
So many people may not know, I mean, the two of them have had beef for decades. 50 Cent has kept his foot on Diddy's neck for decades.
Absolutely. It's like they once worked together a long time ago. They're not friends now. They don't like each other. And 50 has taken every shot, especially when Diddy has been down. Diddy really, is not in a position right now to fire back at 50 Cent. So yeah, he's taken a lot of, and I don't know that anyone feels sorry for P. Diddy right now, to be honest.
No, I don't think so either. And it's certainly not going to end anytime soon.
In one corner, the disgraced hip-hop impresario under federal indictment for a laundry list of shocking crimes. In the other, his nemesis, ready to cash in on Sean Combs' misfortune.
Hey, Diddy, man, you think Michael Jackson?
Puffy's latest legal battle has reignited one of rap's biggest feuds.
Wanna be ballers, shot callers, brawlers.
Between Diddy and 50.
Many men. Many men.
After months of teasing, he would be unleashing a Diddy Do It documentary. It's now official. The big headline, Netflix is producing a docuseries from Curtis 50 Cent Jackson about the federal charges of trafficking and the allegations against Diddy Combs. 50 tweeted the announcement. I've been telling y'all about this weird expletive. You didn't believe me, but I bet you believe me now.
Take me to the candy shop.
It's just the latest salvo in the war of words that's been waging between the two for more than a decade.
Go, Sean. It's your birthday.
The feud blew up shortly after 50 hit it big. He claimed Diddy had information about the killing of Notorious B.I.G. Claims Diddy, of course, denied. They even allegedly got into a physical fight at the 2012 BET Awards. We're saying here, right now, you're never going to beef with anyone else publicly? 50 made this promise about shooting from the lip when he joined me here in 2020. You're a scrapper. This is like an alcoholic going into a bar. I don't know. Someone takes a shot on you in Insta, you might be responding.
I got a new way to respond. I'm like, brother, why is my inner peace interrupting your demons?
The 50's been trolling Diddy online ever since the civil lawsuit started flying last year.
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
After that apology, following the CNN broadcast of that hotel on then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, 50 wrote, "This is not going to work."
50 producing a doc about Diddy at his lowest moment is like the ultimate trolling.
We spoke with music journalist and author Torre today.
50 Cent and whatever team he assembles could find some things that we haven't heard yet, may be able to compel some people to talk. Now, whether or not it's fair, just telling the Diddy story will be embarrassing to Diddy.
50 told us this about his Netflix doc. This is a story with significant human impact. It is a complex narrative spanning decades, not just the headlines or clips seen so far. Joined by CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister. Wags, Diddy's attorney says he can't wait to testify. For what? For what purpose? To blow people up or to exonerate himself?
Look, Diddy has maintained his innocence all along. For him to take the stand is a huge gamble. He can deny every allegation in the world, but prosecutors say that they have a treasure trove of evidence.
Where are arrows pointing for you?
This is a huge fight ahead for Diddy. You have more accusers who I hear are going to come forward. So this is an uphill battle for Diddy.
Hold on.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been an announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the, but he won't you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. You're still seeing a major effort to protect the big names.
But not everyone believes the feud is just a product of jokes and online roasting. Music executive Gene Deal has given a more serious account, claiming the tension goes much deeper than surface-level trolling. In his view, the bad blood is rooted in years of business conflicts, where Diddy allegedly maneuvered deals to his own benefit, leaving 50 Cent feeling shortchanged and disrespected. Deal paints the feud as less of a personal squabble and more of an industry battle driven by power struggles and betrayal. According to him, what the public now sees as trolling and entertainment actually stems from long-standing disputes that were simmering behind closed doors before they exploded into the spotlight. It's a perspective that changes the narrative from playful rivalry to a story of money, manipulation, and personal pride.
Said you wrote 2 verses for Diddy, the Let's Get It, and the other one was on the I Get Money remix. Yeah, but they said you wrote it and it's him confessing the crime. Did you see this?
No,
did you see
man,
the meme? Look at the meme. Look at the DA. Look at that.
I ain't tell him to say that.
And then this one.
Jay, help me with that. Jay, help me with that. Jay, help me with that. Jay did that part right there. When he said,
cut it out, man.
Shootouts, coast to beat. I wasn't around, but I was like East Coast, West Coast. That was, and then Keefy D comes out and says, you know, I'm not involved in this.
There's so many rappers who actually warned us about Diddy and what he was up to. 50 Cent is one of them. He's regularly trolled Diddy. He's regularly put up clips like this, Donald Trump.
Puffy, you stupid. I told you stop f***ing with R. Kelly. I said grab them in the don't kidnap the. They raided your. You see, I got a courtesy call when they raided my house.
And now it turns out that he was right. This is not a shock to anybody. He's continuing to troll Diddy. The photo of him and Drew Barrymore saying he doesn't have 1,000 bottles of baby oil. This is part of the freak-off parties that Diddy used to have, the contents of which I can't actually explain here because I don't want to get the channel banned, but they're awful. You can read the indictment yourself. Yeah, the trolling will continue. Why you have 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Do I even want to know?
Oh! Ew!
50, please be my friend. You're breaking my heart.
Puff was like, so when we gonna get the chance to kick it, like we could just hang out. Why don't we go shopping? I pay for it. And I was like, I got the away from him because I was like, this is
You asked him to take him shopping.
Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes.
What?
I'm a nice guy. Why are you? Hey, yo, he loves me. Y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see that he loves me. You know he loves me.
Oh, Puff's a fruit pie. It goes off. I see these weird bitches for no reason. If you don't see accident, it's gonna be like, I'll take you to the candy shop. I'll let you. Don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. You're not gonna believe this, but I just got a call and Puffy's confirmed for Shreveport. That's what? Nah. That nigga can't go. Everybody scared this rain. Puffy comes. Wake up, your butt sore.
Tell him the story.
Tell him the story. So we talking about rumors, right?
Yeah.
And we, you know, when you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy toy.
Oh,
right.
Wait, so this is
so Charlamagne said
it's not true, but I told after he brought up this stuff with you, I said, you know what 50 gonna say when he meets you?
Oh no, I don't know that was going on.
You know,
I can't wait to run into him again.
What you gonna say to him?
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami.
You know what 50 gonna say to you when he sees you. I heard Diddy touch your butt.
Yeah. Wait till I see him. Wait till I see him. I'm like, yo. Yeah.
I love you, my brother. Love you, Diddy. Yeah, I love you. Yeah. Even if you're
In a recent interview with ABC News, 50 Cent pulled back the curtain on what viewers can expect from his upcoming documentary. He described it as a deep dive into the scandals surrounding Diddy, who is currently facing mounting legal challenges that have shaken his once untouchable reputation. 50 spoke with conviction about the project he has poured years of work into, promising that the series will carefully connect the dots between public controversies and hidden truths. With exclusive interviews, rare footage, and testimony from insiders, the production aims to reveal a side of the story that has been carefully shielded from public view. More than entertainment, he calls it a calculated exposé, designed to spark conversations and force the industry to reckon with what has long been kept in the shadows. Next voice. Just. As anticipation for the docuseries reached a peak, a new twist stunned the hip-hop world. Jay-Z's name surfaced in court filings tied to one of the lawsuits against Diddy. The revelation sent shockwaves across the industry, igniting a firestorm of headlines and speculation. Though Jay-Z has firmly denied any connection, the very fact that his name was mentioned has been enough to stir debate among fans, journalists, and insiders. In a recent ruling, the judge even allowed the alleged victim to remain anonymous, adding another layer of secrecy to an...
It seemed that, you kind of knew 50 Cent before he blew up.
Yeah.
What was that like?
50 was the type of dude that kept like a little, he kept like a little pad with him. And he wrote everything down. You understand? Me and him caught the plane. We was going to Vegas. And I gave him my card. My business card was savoir faire, security management, and everywhere. You know what I mean? So 50 did a song about that. You know what I'm saying? And he put that in the song. And some years, about a year or so ago, not even a year or so ago, he said that when he dropped my name, he said, yo, I got the savoir faire. I got that from Big Gene. He been trying to tell y'all about this puff years ago. But 50 was the type of dude that if you knew he was with you, he was with you. Even back then, he had your back whether you was security or whatever you did. If he was with you, he was with you. And that's what you gotta love about him. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta question his loyalty, you know what I'm saying, on some fight or if you in a situation. Cause he going out.
Well, I guess you were hanging around him or knew him, right before he got shot.
Well, what happened is that I had got some information. 50 came to my house. I tried to fit him on a vest, but I'm like, at the time I was like a 3X. And 50 was like a large, you know what I'm saying? So he couldn't really fit the vest, but I gave him a cover to try to tell him, because he had some pads, some vest pads. So I just told him what the situation was that I knew. And told him he had to watch himself because those cats was gonna come at him. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah. And he was supposed to be going to Cancun. And I told him, if you come to Cancun, I got you, because I used to be down there doing security at Daddy-O's. You understand? And I had people down there that I knew that was from Puerto Rico, and they was working down there. So they should make sure when I hit the island, anything and everything I needed, I could get it right there on the island. You understand? They work directly with the syndicate. So 50 was supposed to come down there to do a show, and he didn't make it because they had shot him up. I don't know if he was coming in the first place, but he was supposed to, because he was paid half the money to come down there to perform How to Rob an Industry Cat.
And when was the next time you seen him after that?
The next time I seen 50 after that was at Jack the Rapper. He had blew up. Man. He was like, he was this dude and everything like that. And I was sitting in we was in Puerto Rico, and I was sitting by myself, just chilling, and he had his whole entourage with him. He came directly over to me. He like, yo, Gene. I was like, yo, what up, Fifth? I said, what up, 50? He said, what's up, man? He said, yo, put his hand out to me, and and grabbed my. He said, yo, they can't stop what God got planned. Went on about his business, and then he blew up crazy.
Crazy, man. How do you feel about 50 going so hard at Diddy with the documentaries and, Man, what did he do to 50 that made him hate him so much, man? That's crazy.
Well, I think it's just, you got to look at it like this. 50 was writing a lot of that made a lot of money for Diddy. And he knew back then in the day, he didn't know what he know now, but Diddy was robbing him. You understand?
To an already tense case. With the stakes higher than ever, the mention of another superstar only intensifies the sense that the story surrounding Diddy is bigger, more complicated, and far-reaching than anyone first imagined. Next voice, and now. The big question, how far will 50 Cent's docuseries go? Will it pull back layers the industry hoped would stay buried and reveal connections we didn't even know existed? One thing is certain. This premiere has become one of the most anticipated events in hip-hop and pop culture.
How do you decide which projects you want to work on?
Oh, just the ones that I feel like have a high probability of success. I'm just looking at it and saying, what is it? And is it something that excites me? Would I want to stop and watch it?
Speaking of, in particular, Netflix docuseries that you've been working on, Diddy Do It.
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you've said you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way he would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff has come. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally, those accusations are crazy.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what's going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky. All of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go into the 90s, and Keefe D said they paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So like, you get the craziest accusations.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way according to them. And look, if I didn't have an award-winning director doing it, if I hadn't put the right people in place to produce it properly, I would understand why they would question or doubt anything.
Now, Fifth, when you continuously call Puff gay, does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said,
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner Thieves in theaters January 19th.
That's what he says things. He doesn't even know what he's saying is like fruity. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something fabulous and he goes, but me and you, we ain't party. Like, we need to party. What is he talking about? That's the kind of stuff. When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like, he said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Lighty's wedding, he told me to take me shopping. I looked at him like, what'd you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
Oh, that's a nice gesture.
Let me get out of it. No, dude, take me. That's what a guy says to a girl.
50 Cent sells Diddy doc to Netflix after bidding war. Hey, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna watch it. I think it's something that we all should watch, you know? And look, it's something that there are reasons why the industry is so quiet right now.
We want to know what you think. Will you be tuning in the moment it drops? Share your thoughts in the comments, join the conversation, and let's hear your take. If you thrive on the rivalries, the surprises, and the untold stories that fuel the music world, don't forget to hit like, share this with your circle, and subscribe for more updates. The storm is only beginning, and trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next.